So today, I'm showing you all this Disney stuff. There's a reason. Because today I want to talk about Disney World. Now, maybe Disney in general, not just Disney World. And why my family, Molly, myself, my kids, extended family, love Disney so much. So I think I think what I'm going to do is start with probably Molly. So I'll kind of go like in order of where the intensity starts. So I think it started with Molly mostly because Molly went to Disney World her first time when she was young. Of course, she was a kid, and she has two sisters. One of her sisters had a condition called Alexander's disease. If you don't know a lot about Alexander's disease or you've never heard of it, I encourage you to go look it up, read about it, because there's not a lot of awareness around it right now. But it's basically where the myelin, I think is what it's called, the sheath that's around the brain, deteriorates over time. And a lot of kids don't live past the age of like 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. Leah, we got to enjoy her life for 32, 33 years before she passed. So she totally beat the odds. She beat the odds all the time because Leah was like that. But because of Leah, Make a Wish sent their family to Disney World back when Molly was a kid. I don't even know if she was a teenager yet, and that was her first experience at Disney World, and it was truly a magical place. It was where Leah's Alexander's disease didn't exist. Like, people were not scared to approach her because she had some type of handicap. It was just Leah, and it was always just Leah. Like, that's who Leah was. And so characters would go up to her, cast members would go up to her and interact with her. And by the way, characters were not characters there. Like, for Leah, characters were real. Like Aladdin, like all those characters, they were the real deal. Mickey Mouse, he was the real deal. Like, that was my first experience with Leah. When I was an adult, I went with her, and like, those were real characters. They were not characters. I'm sorry, they're not characters. Those are real people. Those are real people from those stories, those Disney stories. So that was Molly's first interaction with Disney World. They loved Disney before. They had, Disney Channel and stuff like that. But that was really the first interaction of going to Disney World and experiencing that Disney magic, where their whole family could just be in this amazing place where people treated them like they were the only ones there, and that's really it really was amazing. For me, I went when I was 1991 or 92, I think. So I was like maybe 10 or 11 years old, and back then I remember the Muppets. So of course Mickey and all the other ones. They also had oh man, what was it called? Mickey Mouse Club. They had Mickey Mouse Club back then. It might have been called something a little bit different. I can't remember now though. But they also had dinosaurs. They had a dinosaur float parade that went by. I don't know if you remember that, but I think that's on Disney Plus now. So that was my first, and it was amazing. I came from a little podunk town, so going to this amazing theme park was fun. Like, it's every kid's dream. My family and I had a blast, and we drove from Texas to Florida. I remember the trip with my grandparents, and we had a blast. Like, we didn't stay on Disney. I don't even know if they had Disney property back then, but we didn't stay on Disney property. We stayed at a condo, and we just had a great time as a family. So I have VHS videos of it and some pictures of it as well. But so that was Molly's experience. That was my experience prior to us meeting. And then when we met, I remember the first time I went to Disney World as an adult was after Molly and I met for her 21st birthday. So this would have been 2002. I was also 21, and this was also my first time to go to Disney World with Leah, which totally, like, it opened my eyes, but it was an enhancement to the love and the appreciation of Disney and what they can do. And it was just cool to see it through her eyes. Like I said, like, these were not characters. Like, these were real princesses and princes, and like, everyone was really who you thought they were from the stories. And we had a blast. Like, I was able to see just how impactful it was for her, and how magical. Like, when you talk about that Disney magic, that's when I understood it, was because of Leah, to see it through her eyes and to experience it with was something that like I'll never forget it. Like that's something that has grown into my family. It's something that I'll appreciate the rest of my life. And I thank Leah for that because I don't know if it would be the same if I didn't wasn't able to go with her. But after that, Molly and I went for our honeymoon back in 2004 is when we got married. So we went and stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge. That was our first experience on Disney property, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I love Disney property because it's like you never leave the Disney magic. Like the characters, the cast members, being able to interact with them, especially at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It was so cool because there were some cast members that were from Africa, so I was able to ask them about like where they came from. Some of them came from villages in Africa, and it was just cool. It was just like you're totally immersed in this different culture that they're able to kind of bring to that resort. So I loved it, and I haven't been back to Animal Kingdom Lodge since, but I would love to stay there again because of that whole experience that we had. And that's not even at the park. That was just at a resort, at one of the hotels. So that was our first stay on Disney property, and we loved it. It was a fun time. Like we want to go back and stay just the two of us to go back on our own trip. We haven't done it since our honeymoon. Every time now has been with the family, and which has been amazing as well. But the first time we went with after we had kids was when Jaden was 1, and then we went again when McKaylee was 1 and Jaden was 3. And then again when I think Liam was 2 or 3 when we went for the first time with him. And then Emma's been twice. She went when she was, I think, almost 2, because remember she was still small. And then last year, when she was 4, we went and we had a blast then. So we've been a handful of times, maybe 5, 6, 7 times. I'm not really sure about the number right now. But every time it's just been this awesome experience of memories and sitting down for dinners at these amazing restaurants and experiencing these hotels, the resorts that we stay at. That's really what it's been about. It's just about these amazing experiences you have with your family or with your loved ones that you don't get. I don't know if you can get it at other places. I'm sure you can at certain places, but like you're not going to get it at Fiesta Texas or Six Flags or SeaWorld. It's not the same. And so it's always felt like Disney has set like just a higher bar. And I know it's kind of gone up and down over the years. Sometimes it feels like, the bar might be going down a little bit. But I really hope they never lose that. I hope they never lose that expectation of excellence, because like it's really impacted my life. Like after that trip with Leah and seeing how she interacted with everybody and just seeing the park and how amazing everyone interacted with her and the cleanliness of the park, like I ended up looking up books about Walt Disney and about understanding the magic, stuff like that, where I wanted to raise the bar up in my life as far as what my expectations were of myself and my family and my kids and just life itself. So I mean, it's had a big impact on just me personally, just going to the parks and the stories that they create and the characters that they create. It's just like it's been a big part of my life, and it's been a big part of my family's life, and that's just kind of where we come from with our love of Disney. And I know not everyone gets it, and it's okay. But if you have not experienced it, or if you don't understand it, that's why I wanted to make this video, to kind of explain where we're coming from, why we enjoy it, why we love it. And if you understand it, then you kind of get where I'm coming from. So but that was really it. I just want to explain to y'all real quick why we love it, where we come from with our past with it, and like where we're going at in the future. And by the way, like part of that future has been my wife and my sister-in-law. They started a travel agency that they can book travel anywhere, but their main bread and butter has been Disney World. A lot of people have reached out to them to say, hey, y'all can get me to Disney World. What do I need to do? And so since Disney doesn't cost anything extra for travel agents, like it doesn't cost you anything extra. So they're not going to charge you anything extra. So if you are interested in help with Disney, whether you're booking a trip or you just want help, like my wife and my sister-in-law are amazing at giving that help, and it doesn't cost anything. So like if you're interested in that, that's a quick plug for them. But their link is in the description, of course, dreamittravelcompany.com. But yeah, guys. So like that's how impactful it's been. Like we even have a travel agency around it. But I think that's going to be it on this video. I just want to make a quick video to explain that. And yeah. But if y'all have questions, comments, hit me up in the comments below, and I will answer them. I might not answer them right away, but I will answer them when I get some time to do so. So y'all have a good rest of this week, and thank you guys for watching. All right, bye guys.